I wish I could go back to this guy and tell him this stuff. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Leave this video a like. It helps YouTube. Spread this video to more and more people and make sure we all get the most out of 2022. So let's get on to some bad habits when it comes to money and some of the stuff I wish I knew earlier. Number one bad habit is spending money on lottery tickets and scratch cards. I used to always buy lottery tickets, scratch cards, and don't get me wrong, you know, a lot of people will say you gotta be in it to win it. When you really think about it, right, it's like you've got more chance of getting struck by lightning twice in this madness going on. You've got more chance of getting struck by lightning in the exact same place twice than winning the lottery. Make sure you stay to the end of the video for my last point. But when you're like buying lottery tickets in the hope to get rich, all it is a hope, right? The thing is, most of the people that have got rich, self-made, you know, didn't get it off of someone else, didn't win the lottery. The harsh reality, when people win the lottery, if they're not financially educated, do the research, a lot of those people lose that money. They spend their money because they're not financially literate, right? So winning the lottery for me isn't as attractive as it might be to other people, because okay, maybe for someone that, you know, is comfortable and knows that they're not just then gonna go out and blow it all. However, you know, buying lottery tickets, scratch cards, you are wishing for success. There's no strategic plan on how you're gonna do it. You're just throwing stuff and hoping that it sticks, in a sense, right? So spending money on lottery tickets and, you know, lottery tickets, scratch cards, all of that money does accumulate. So you're better off putting that money into, I don't know, something like the S&P 500. Let's say that you spend on average £20-30 a month on lottery tickets. You are better off putting that into some sort of ETF of some sort, right? So the next thing is not tracking your spending, right? It sounds silly, but when I was younger, maybe, you know, I went straight to like a corporate job when I was like 16 or 17. Like, I dropped out of college, got offered a pretty decent job in central London, and was on good money for that age, but I was never tracking my spending. I was working in finance and I was far from a finance expert, right? So, you know, I wasn't tracking my spending, I wasn't tracking my income, my expenses, and everything like that. And obviously, looking back, is something I wish I could have told myself back then, as I said at the beginning of this video. But getting into the habit of tracking your income and your expenses very early is going to help you just become self-aware of what you spend your money on and where your money can be spent better. So tracking your spending is definitely up there. The next thing is just not paying yourself first. Obviously, if you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you haven't, go definitely check it out. It's a fundamental financial book, if you ask me. You know, Robert Kiyosaki in the book constantly talks about paying yourself first. As human beings, naturally, we do not pay ourselves first. We think we need to pay this, we need to pay that, we need to pay this, we need to pay this. The last person we pay is us. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, we're spending money that we don't have on things we don't need to impress people we don't like. But that's a story for another video. Paying yourself first, same again, you're building the habit of investing or saving. Get into the habit of paying yourself first. So the next one sort of ties into the whole not paying yourself first, and that's using automation. So the current day and age that we live in now is we've got all of these resources, these apps, and, you know, financial trackers and everything like this, all at our fingertips, but we don't really utilize them. And I read in the book, it's actually called The Automatic Millionaire. One of the things that he basically preaches is making it automatic, right? So when we get paid, we see that big lump of money, maybe we're living paycheck to paycheck and we've got no savings, you know, we're literally, what's the old saying, there's too much month at the end of the money, right? And majority of that time is because in our minds, like, we know that we've got that specific amount every single month. So if we're not making it automatic, we're going to see that money and we just think, oh, we're going to spend it because I'm going to have that money come back in my account this time next month or this time next week. So we almost condition ourselves to spend that money just because it's there, right? So a big tip is, let's say for example you get paid on the let's say 1st of the month, just to make it easy, set up direct debits on the 2nd of the month, the day after you get paid, to automatically move money from A to B. So if you've got a savings account, you've got an investing account, you've got an emergency fund account, make sure that you have automatic direct debits or automatic payments, sending a percentage of that income into these separate accounts. And then make sure that your day-to-day spending, your pocket money, if you like, is just coming out of one card or one account. And if you've got direct debits that come out of this existing account, obviously factor that into the money that needs to be in this account, and then only spend what is in that account. Do not touch these other accounts. Get rid of the cards, or hide them away, put them somewhere that you are not going to use them, and make sure that you're only spending the money that you've allocated to that specific account. The next one was not learning about credit cards earlier, right? So growing up, people would always say to me, like, credit cards are evil, right? You should never get a credit card. Credit cards are the worst thing you can do. And a majority of those people were using credit cards, spending money on credit cards with money they didn't have, buying stuff they didn't need to impress people they did not like. That's the wrong way of looking at it, right? Because there is so many great ways that you can utilize credit cards. And I've got other videos on the channel that you can go and check out when it comes to how to use credit cards to your advantage. Just as an example, right? Let's say that you have a Shopify store and you need stock to sell to your customers. If you use a credit card to buy £1,000 worth of stock, and then you sell your stock for £3,000, then you've made £2,000 worth of profit. You pay the £1,000 back on the credit card, and you've not used any of your own money. Do your research. Look, I'm not here, I'm no financial advisor. I've got videos about credit cards if you want to go check them out, but that's not what this video is about. Make sure that you pay off the balance in full, and you're going to reap so many rewards when it comes to points. I get free travel, free flights, free hotels and stuff like that. There's so many benefits when it comes to credit cards, and if you do a little bit of research when it comes to like credit card hacking, there's so many ways that you can utilize them. But do not use them to buy vanity items like Gucci shoes and shit like that. Use it for stuff that can generate you more money. That's the key. And make sure that you pay it off in full. And also another tip with that is make sure that you have the cash available to pay off that credit card in full every single month if the stock that you're using the credit card to buy doesn't sell. So going back to the Shopify example, let's say for whatever reason the £1,000 worth of stock that you buy doesn't sell, make sure that you have that £1,000 there to pay off that credit card if for any reason it doesn't sell. And the last thing is limiting beliefs, right? This is a huge one, and it's probably the biggest one why I left it till last in the video, and that's changing our limiting beliefs when it comes to money. If we're working a 9 to 5, we're just conditioned to think that we're only worth that £2,000 per month for us going and working 40 hours a week. Then you get a little raise, right? You get a raise and it's like, oh, now I get 2.5k per month for working 40 hours a week. But you're always thinking like you're only worth that time that you go to work, you're only going to get paid that amount. But if you look at things like realistically, and you look at building other skills and high income skills that you can charge individual companies, and there's so many services that you can learn and monetize, especially with what you're watching right now. You're watching a platform that I learned so many high ticket skills on for free. YouTube, like I literally call it a YouTube university for a reason, because there is so many skills that you can learn, especially with the digital age, that you can learn these skills for free and then go out and charge people thousands and thousands of pounds for you to do that service. And don't get me wrong, it's going to take work, obviously, but there is an abundance of information out there. There is an abundance of skills that you can learn and then monetize. You just got to go out and make it happen, guys. But that scarcity mindset when it comes to money of like, we're just conditioned to think like we're only worth X amount per month and there's, that's it. Look at some of these massive companies that are making billions and billions and billions and billions per month. Billions, right? If you have a specific skill and you solve a specific problem for these big companies, why would they not pay you 10k a month for you to solve that problem? It's just that shift in mindset of thinking, well, there is an abundance of money out there. It's crazy when you think about it, because there is so much money out there. And sometimes I have to pinch myself and think there is so many people that I could help. so many people, and there's so many people that you can help. There is something that you specifically can do for someone. They will be more than happy to probably pay you triple what you're making in your 9-to-5 job to solve that problem for them. And yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to go and learn that skill, but would it not be worth it? Tis the question. We need to change our mindset when it comes to money. My light's just gone off. That tells me ranting on too much for the end of the video. But yeah, to sum up, just get financially literate. Study finance, study money, study successful people. Start a side hustle. If you're working in a job, you're only getting paid X amount, like, don't quit your job. Use the time outside of your 9-to-5. Don't be watching Netflix. Don't be watching reality TV. Learn a skill and then monetize it. Learn how to sell would be up there. I know I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but it's kind of needed in this video, I think, because if you learn how to sell, then you're going to naturally have to learn how to manage money, because if someone's paying you X and you are having to either build a team or deliver that service and then manage your time, you're going to have to manage your money, because you have to look at, okay, is what they're paying me worth the time I'm putting into it, right? So look, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, go and check out this video here. I speak a little bit more about budgeting and my opinion around money at this moment in time in my life. So yes, I'm gonna see you over there. Take care, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.